If you gave a shit about dogs, you would focus on both the ethical rescue and the ethical breeding of dogs, because you would want to improve the future of dogs. Because what we have now is just this constant leaky pipe where the unethical people just keep being unethical and everybody refuses to just be educated. And because the majority of people like you are uneducated, we keep just having people feed into this. Rescue is not the only way to responsibly obtain an animal. You should obtain an animal that fits your home and your needs. If a rescue does that for you, then that's fantastic. And if it doesn't, then you shouldn't do that. Not everybody has the luxury of being able to have a rescue animal. Some people need more predictability in their lives. And when I say predictable, I am talking about dogs from health-tested, proven parents with proven genetics and proven pedigrees. See, if you gave a shit about dogs, you would actually want people to get them from ethical breeders so that you are supporting people who are actually investing their time, money, energy, and blood, sweat, and tears into these dogs, trying to make them have a better life and trying to breed them with less health problems, and also trying to create a better dog for the people that these puppies end up going to. Dogs with better health, dogs with more secure temperaments, dogs with predictable sets of instincts, dogs that would stay in their homes as a result of all of these predictable traits. If you truly gave a shit about dogs, that's what you would want for dogs. Because the truth of the matter is, if you're only doing half the equation, just the ethical rescue, then you're not stopping the backyard breeding and you're not stopping the puppy mills. You're just trying to mop up the water on an endlessly leaking pipe. Whereas if you support ethical breeding and ethical rescue, you're helping to do both. If you gave a shit about dogs, you would want them all to come from ethical breeders because you would want them all to have the best start in life possible. Health-tested, proven parents, a breeder who gives breeder support, a breeder who knows their dogs and knows their lines and can be there for the owners when they might experience problems, a breeder who has invested their time and their energy into making sure that this puppy raises up as best as it possibly can, and a breeder who will be there for that puppy if the worst should happen and that dog can no longer live in its home. If you truly gave a shit about dogs, you'd support ethical breeding just for that one reason, that it keeps dogs out of shelters, because ethical breeders don't let their dogs go to shelters. Oh, and I know what you're going to say. There's purebred dogs in shelters. Purebred doesn't mean well-bred, and doesn't mean ethically bred. And if a dog ends up in a shelter from a breeder, and that breeder does not claim that dog, they are not ethical. So those aren't the ones I'm talking about. So please, take the time to educate yourself just a little bit on what ethical breeding actually is, and you'll see that you want to support both ethical breeding and ethical rescue. I have a whole playlist over ethical breeding, if you'd like to look at it. And then I have another one over the cost of ethical breeding. That one's not finished yet, but it will get finished eventually. If you actually gave a shit about dogs, you'd go educate yourself.